What's up, guys? What's up? Welcome to Devil's Advocate, the live stream. How you guys doing? How was your weekend? How's your week been? I hope you guys had a good week, and hope you guys will have a good weekend. So I do got a good amount of videos on hand, so hopefully, things will be. I think hopefully it'll be a good live tonight, which I think it will be. So, um, let's get started. Let's get started. Um, all right. Okay. So, like usual, I like to start out with a Kendra G video just to get the ball rolling. Right. So, all right. So let's react to this Kendra G video.
Y'all pop-up show. Hello, and we're gonna go to Instagram too. Hello, I can't see your face, baby. You
Let me
guys are
turn.
nice, boo.
This is the first time I've ever clicked, and this was.
There we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
What's your name, love?
Hold on. My name is Sarah Martinez.
Say it again.
Sarah Martinez.
Sarah, where are you calling us from, Sarah?
I'm calling you from Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Arkansas. How old are you?
I'm 23.
23. What you do for a living?
I work in property management, so I'm an assistant manager, but I actually also travel for work. So I'm usually in Fayetteville, like maybe a little bit out of the month, but usually I'm like traveling.
This your first time here?
Yeah, this is my first time here.
You've been here before?
Yeah, I'm reading. No, I've never been here before. I watch you all the time. And I was like, oh, she's not going to pick me. I literally just clicked
and you got picked.
I know.
And you got picked. So we got Sarah, Arkansas, 23. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Virgo.
Virgo. Do you have any kids? It might be a Virgo night.
Really? No, I don't.
No kids. Never been married?
No.
Okay. And so we got Sarah, Arkansas, 23, Virgo, works in property management, also travels for work. No kids, never married. What kind of man you looking for, Sarah?
I want a nice man. I'm going to be very honest. I have a thing for, I feel like every woman has probably a thing for bad men, but I think I can fix them all. So I just want an honest, just nice man.
Right there, right? This is why women's past, knowing women's past, is important. She said she was like 22, maybe 23. She's already saying, she's dealt with bad men, right? Bad boys. Now she wants a nice guy. This is a thing where it shows you what type of women you're dealing with. Women that, like the bad boys, will have a very, very hard time being attracted to the good guys, right? They want the good guys because they dealt with the cheating, the lies, the abuse, whatever, the toxicity. So they wanted a nice guy. But this is the thing. That doesn't mean they're attracted to nice guys. Essentially, they're trying to settle for nice guys. Their attraction is for bad boys. Their attraction is for the Pookies, the Ray Rays, the Chaz, the Tyrones, the players. Okay, so and it's not impossible, but in my opinion, it is hard for a woman that has dealt with the bad boys and will actually fall in love or be ready to love, be ready to be a good partner to good guys, because again, she won't necessarily be attracted to good guys. She's just fed up of not making the bad boys be able to change, right? So she's settling. And women like that who feels like they're settling for some guy, they won't ever give their all in a relationship. They will always hold back. They will always have maybe resentment. there are possibilities of her being attracted to bad boys in the future. That's why it's a red flag. For women to say that, oh, I want a nice guy, because essentially they've only dealt with bad boys. And this is a sad thing. She is in her early 20s and already has that mindset. Already been through, have all this life experience with the bad boys. This is why I say life experience is not a good thing. And this is the thing, right? Why I'm on the fence where I don't necessarily, oh, it's about age. No, it's about how much experience women have. Because experience on women makes them harder to deal with, makes them terrible partners, in my opinion. Okay? So even though she's young, because she's gained so much life experience, which is terrible life experience, it makes her just not an ideal candidate, right?
I don't think I have like a, he doesn't have to be rich, but just someone that can provide for himself and obviously at some point be a husband, so you have to be the leader. But I was a stay-at-home girlfriend for a little bit and I hated it, so I will always be working
So,
through every.
a stay-home girlfriend, so you dated a guy and you didn't have to work?
Correct.
Okay, you didn't like it.
Mm-mm.
Did he give you money? Like, how did that work?
So yeah, we had like joint bank accounts. So I mean the money was there for me to get at any point. But
So, okay, most women are dying for this type of situation where they don't gotta work and they got access to a bank account. Why didn't you like that situation?
I did not like it because the house was clean, the laundry was done, I was cooking, and I was just kind of twiddling my fingers and waiting for him to get home. And I'd be like, but it was just boring. Me personally, I just got bored after a while. Like it was fun because we actually concluded to do that because he would travel a lot for work. So it just made it easier for me to just pick up and go with him. So
You know, it's interesting. Many, many years ago when I want to say I was 26.
mhm.
I might have been 26, 27. I was engaged. And I was working in radio. I lost my radio job and I got engaged and I moved in with my fiance at the time. And for 5 months, I didn't have, he had a really good job. I also didn't have to work and I also didn't like it. And I learned in that moment, I was like, I'm not meant to be a housewife.
And I think look at this, right? And that's fine. But I think this is the ridiculousness, right? For the women that say they don't want to be housewives, stay home, whatever, it is absolutely ridiculous that they have requirements on finance. I would say just be stable, have a job, be a person where you're not begging, asking for money. Be stable. That's it. But these are the women who don't want to be taken care of, wants to work, yet most likely they don't want to pay the bills. They don't want to be responsible for the bills. And they usually want the man to still be responsible for the bills, right? Still take care, provide all the shit. They still have requirements on men's money. Why? Because again, you want to work, right? You want to take care, you want to be a contributing partner, then his money is not that important. As long as he's stable, right? This is the thing where I'm all for men being stable, not being like homeless, not begging for money, not being able to pay his bills, having negative bank accounts, shit like that. No, that is an unstable partner. So I don't promote that. But this is the thing. You can be 40K, 50K, and still be a stable man where you're not begging for money. You're not struggling on your bills. You're doing okay. You're not doing amazing, but you're doing okay.
Because like you, I was very bored. And although I didn't have any money problems and he wasn't necessarily pressing me to get a job, my ambition inside wouldn't allow me to do that. So it's funny that you say that, but I can relate. People think that, oh, housewife.
Wait, look at this, right? These are not men telling or forcing women to be housewives or stay-at-home girlfriends. It is women choosing to be and then not liking it. So, in my opinion, I think it's not common, at least not anymore. Men are telling women, "Oh, I want you to be a stay-at-home wife or stay-at-home girlfriend." No, I don't think that's common, in my opinion, because a lot of times men are like, "Why do I want?" I mean, like, to be honest, I think a lot of men are taking care of the shit themselves, right? Their things are doing well, like house is clean. It's ordered to they want it. So really, not a lot of men are asking women or needing women to be stay at home, whatever, in my opinion.
And I've had women who are housewives, literally wives with children, who also say the same thing. They don't like it. They would rather have a job.
I will say it's the most underpaid job in America because he did have kids. He had 4 kids.
Ah,
4 kids.
you left that part out. So were you raising the 4 kids as a house girlfriend?
Part time when we had them.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it was just I was cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids, and yeah, but I don't know. It wasn't for me. I did get when I got less homeless. So
When you guys broke up.
when we broke up, yeah. So also I feel like we don't always think about women. It's so nice the idea of being taken care of until technically like the money isn't yours when you really put it into perspective. So that was a whole situation because then I had to like fight for anything, but
well, I would say this: you are correct, but that is a house girlfriend. Now, a housewife, if they break up, the housewife keeps the house.
Yeah.
Like with the legal, like you are correct, and it is a chance. But I think when you're married and things get broken up, you have more fights of getting things legally, as in money, homes, and all that. And it's also some of the reasons why men with money don't want to get married, because they think about that. They think about if things go a lot left, the woman 9 times out of 10 might come out better if it's a married situation.
Yeah. There's a couple people saying that it's like not me answering the comments, but I'm really young, but I do have a very old soul. So a lot of the men that I am dating are a lot older than me.
So what's the age range you want to date, Sarah?
I want to date from 30 to like 40.
30
and I know that probably
40.
Sounds crazy, but all my boyfriends have always been that age.
Ooh, 30 to 40. Okay. So now we got to you.
She's 22. At least I'm pretty sure she's at 22. This is the insanity where a lot of women, especially internet women, can't comprehend. My God, a woman wanting an older man, a woman choosing to date older men. Oh my God, no! What woman is calling her out to be a creep? No, because if a man accepts it, he's a creep, right? But no, we forget that women have autonomy. They have freedom of choice. They choose these men. This is the absolute insanity of women. Okay, at least about the whole dating, because I did I think it was the last stream, talking about age gap dating. Women choose these men. Men cannot, not in the Western culture, force a relationship onto a woman. Okay? And how's this not grooming? Because look at you hear what she said. Her preference is much older men. She's in her early 20s. This is why women are their own worst enemies. Because women are basically all over the place. They want women to have freedom, yet they criticize women for basically freedom of choices. It's absolutely ridiculous, because again, it's not older men preying on younger women. No, it's actually women accepting, attracted, wanting older men.
Definitely want to work. What are some of your deal breakers? Let's go to that.
A deal breaker would be not an honest man. I need someone that's not communicative. I'm really good with someone like I just okay, sorry. I'm stirring away. Okay, I need someone. A deal breaker would be someone that's not communicative, someone that has not gone to therapy or like is okay with therapy in any type of way. Um, someone that's insecure. And when I say that, that is very vague, but I mean like
I would advise any man, okay, any man, when a woman has the word insecure in her vocabulary, she's a red flag. I'm sorry, don't deal with it. If a woman, if I'm like going on a date, talking to a woman, and she says insecure, that's it. I'm turned off because I'm done. Because women like this are hypocrites and they don't really understand insecurities, right? And here's the thing: how can you, who are the ones who say, "Oh, about emotional intelligence, about showing your emotions," yet they are the ones who demonize being insecure, right? In your emotions, essentially, okay? But they demonize it. You are human beings. You can have insecurities, but it's women who makes it like they demonize men if they have insecurities, and sometimes they don't even understand it.
a man that like um isn't sure in himself to be in a relationship. I feel like there's a lot of men that don't understand what it is to really be with a woman, especially like even your situation like you're a beautiful woman, you're very successful, you're gorgeous like in body wise, and like I feel like in order to be with a woman like you specifically that comes with her own money, comes with all of that, it takes a very secure man to be that, to understand that she's her own individual person and she can come and go as she pleases, and she's choosing to be in this situation because she wants to. And so I feel like a lot of men can't understand that because it truly is insecurity from inside.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you for the kind words. So overall, you're saying you want a man that is confident and secure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got you. You are very articulate for 23.
Yes. Like I said, I'm not a regular 23-year-old at all. And that it's like a bad thing and a good thing. It bites me in the ass all the time. Because I am very much still a 23-year-old, so I do still enjoy wanting to go out and about and like go as I please. But I am really hardworking, and I have, I don't know, I'm ready for the house and the kids and the picket fence. And I know that
Is she? I mean, it's like, this is the thing, right, with women, where they really don't understand the things they say. I've heard so many stories. Once women have kids, it's actually a lot of times women choosing to stay home, where they see the benefit of the mom staying home to raise their children instead of letting some stranger, right, raise their children. So usually moms, right, wives choose to stay home, and yet you want the picket fence, the kids, the being a wife. You want to come as you go. It's like women want it all, and they want it all how they see it, how they view it, not how it is in reality, how it actually works. You can't just come as you go, as you please, when you're someone's wife. Okay, when you have kids, right? When you're in a marriage, when you're in a partnership, when you have responsibilities, you can't just come as you go, do the things you want. You have to. It's like you have to answer to somebody, plain and simple. And a lot of times women don't understand. They want freedom, yet they want, you know, traditional values. It's just they're all over the place.
might be like, I don't know. I don't know if it's delusional, but
I think a lot of women, so you're ready to settle down. So, okay, let's go with some more questions. Should the guy look a certain way?
Not necessarily. The last man I dated was actually Eritrean. So
What?
Eritrean
What's
from
that mean?
Eritrea. It's like I guess a state in Africa.
Okay, so I'm asking about appearance. So you're saying you'll date any ethnicity?
Yes,
Okay.
correct. I guess I'm
What's your
it now.
what's your background, if you don't mind me asking?
It's my room.
No, I'm talking about your ethnicity. I'm sorry.
Oh, mood. I'm Mexican.
Okay, you're Mexican. All right.
Yeah.
So any ethnicity you're open to?
Yes.
You don't have to say yes if it's not true.
I want to say yes because I feel like I've always dated African American men. That's always would have been towards, only because I do have a big personality, and I'm really, really friendly. So I feel like Mexican men like the idea of me, but when it comes down to it, they just want me to sit down, shut up, don't do anything, stay at home and like make tortillas. And that's just not me. I talk back. So
You're saying
I need someone that,
home situation, was it a Mexican man?
no, he's black.
He was black. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. Oh, you gotta look. These women looking for that man, child. A black man that had a state, he was paying all the bills, no complaints. They feel like that man doesn't exist on my show.
It definitely came with the cost. I feel like things always come with the cost, so.
Okay, fair enough.
Mhm.
All right, money. Should the guy make a certain amount of money, Sarah?
At least 80.
Okay, 80K at 23, child.
Yeah, at least 80.
So if he made 60, don't reach out to you.
I can settle for it.
You can settle for what?
I'll settle for 60. I can't settle for anything less.
Okay, 80 is the preference, 60 is the absolute lowest. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Sometimes it's like it just really flabbergasts me that women can't have a preference for money, right? Because again, why? What's the point? You said yourself you want to work. So really, he's not paying your bills, right? He's not financially taking care of you because you don't want it, right? You don't want it. You're your own woman. You're strong, independent, right? You want to work. So really, it don't make sense that you care how much he makes. As long I would like, this is the thing with women. I don't understand. Just say that I want him to have a job. I want him to be stable. That's it. He can make 40K, 50K, right? As long as he doesn't need to beg for money, he's not having negatives in his account, right? He's not having problem paying his bills. That's it. And really, men that makes 40K, maybe even a little bit less, can still pay their bills, not beg for money. So, again, it don't make sense that women, they really are all over the place. You want to be strong, independent. You don't want no man to take care of you. Doesn't seem like she does. Yet, you care that he makes 80K or 60K. Even 60K is a little bit above average, okay? So, why? That's the thing where it doesn't make sense to me. Why care?
Oh. I'm like, what are we waiting for? Okay.
Okay, we see you, Sarah. Ooh, ooh. You want to show your waist, I see.
Yeah. I'm
So, you
5'3", so I'm a little short.
okay? Would you date a guy with kids again?
Yes, I would.
Okay. Do you want kids yourself?
I'm kind of 50-50 right now.
When was your last relationship?
I guess like a little bit ago, like I guess last week. I was in a situationship for 2 months.
Last week?
But I said last week.
You broke up with somebody 7 days ago?
Yeah, they broke up with
Why?
me.
Why did he break up with you?
He broke up with me because I travel for work, so I was out I work either if I'm not here, I'm traveling. And so I went to Dallas for a weekend and I ended up stepping out to go see some friends. I used to previously live in Dallas, and basically I was out with a friend and I was out after midnight. I didn't think it was a problem. I didn't know it was a problem. And so I was at his house, my friend Dom's house, and basically I thought everything was fine.
This is something that I find interesting, right? And potentially why I'm not so inclined to date younger. Because in my opinion, yes, the beauty, the youth, it's nice, right? It is very nice. But in my opinion, younger women don't really understand boundaries. They love freedom. They love the freedom. So they have a hard time understanding boundaries and standards. They really do. And that's why I find it like, again, I understand why men date younger, and it's not the worst. I mean, if I get the chance, maybe. But I find a lot of times women have a hard, especially the younger one, have a hard time understanding boundaries. Especially if they're dating an older man who has boundaries, right, and standards and preferences. They seem, oh wow, I can't go out to a dinner or to hang out with other men late at night. No, you can't. That's a red flag. You're crossing a boundary. Right? You're crossing the line. So that's something that I think is ridiculous.
And I ended up calling
Could be a monger. Could be.
him. He didn't answer. And the next day, he was just like, I can't. If you think it's okay to be at someone's house after a man's house after midnight, like I can't deal with it.
Wait, so whose man's house was you at after midnight?
He's one of my friends.
So you just happened to be there?
So I actually went again. I used to live in Dallas, so I was just catching up with him, and I just wanted to like just have fun and like go get some drinks and catch up and just be around familiar faces. And I ended up stepping out with this gentleman, and we ended up getting some food, and he lived in the same vicinity that we were at. So I just went to go eat my food, and we were just talking, whatever. And then it was like.
So your boyfriend called you while you were there?
No, I was texting him, and I'm like sending him pictures. I'm like, hey, I'm eating. And he's like, I was like, I'm at Dom's house. And he's like, who's Dom? And I was just like, oh, my friend, like I told you earlier when I got off the phone. And he was like, okay. And he played it off like it was fine. He was like, okay, it's fine. Blah, 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 blah. And yeah.
Did you ever date Dom?
No.
Does he have a girlfriend?
Dom? No.
No.
Dom is, I think he might be like 45. He's been married twice, not to put his business out here. But I understand where he came from.
Yeah.
But and we had a conversation this past Tuesday, and I was like, I feel like
I'm sorry, right? A 45-year-old. You're just not gonna have friends with 23-year-olds. I'm sorry. Any man that's 40, that's in his 40s, is ridiculous if you have friends that are in your 20s. Okay? That is ridiculous. So, most likely, they're doing more than friendship. So, no doubt that her man at the time, it was a boundary that she crossed. It was a line that she crossed, and that was a no-go. So, and this is the thing, what I said. This is the problem with dating younger women, especially the type of younger woman like this, right? Where she wants to be a free spirit, she wants to work. She's not really traditional in mindset, even though she wants to, I guess. Is that, again, she's young, she wants to be carefree, she wants to live the life that she wants to live. Cool. But again, you this is the thing where, to be honest, if that's the mindset you want, you're better off being with men your own age. Because again, men your own age probably wouldn't care that you hang out with other men, right? They wouldn't have, their boundaries and standards are very, very weak in my opinion. So they would probably be fine with you hanging alone with other men. So,
set me up for failure because again, I'm very communicative in a sense of I'm on the phone headed to this vicinity. It's called Deep Ellum. I don't know if you've ever been to Dallas.
So would you be fine if the roles were reversed?
Yeah.
Like he went out of town, he was with a female, the female came to his house after midnight and they were eating and talking. You would have no problem with that?
No.
Okay.
Because I believe that a man is going to cheat. I feel like, and this actually goes for straight, I'm not even going to put a gender on it. I feel like if someone's going to cheat, they're going to cheat regardless. If they want to. It's a self choice. If someone wants to cheat, they're going to cheat. And me,
It's not about cheating. It's about boundaries. It is disrespectful, okay? It's disrespectful for you to be hanging out with another man when you are in a relationship, hanging out with another man at his place late at night when you have a man. It is disrespectful. It shows you how much you respect your man. When you would give your time to another man, right? You give your time to another man. You spent your time with another man at hours that is just not proper hours, in my opinion. So it's more of a lack of respect on her part, okay? And I think how she views it when it's reversed, she doesn't care about respect on her side. So
personally, if you feel like you need to do that or that's what you want to do, I respect it and I will always walk away. If you decide to jeopardize what we have going on and I was not enough for you, no hard feelings.
I mean, obviously you wasn't doing anything
Yeah.
because you were communicating in the act of it. I think every relationship is unique, right? And you got to know your partner, right? So I think if you value your relationship and you know your partner, there's certain things that you might not do just because A, you value your relationship and B, you know your partner, right?
Yeah.
I think there's some people that might agree with you that will say you didn't do anything wrong, you were with a friend past midnight. And there's other people that will say, well, I mean, that is inappropriate, right? It is. I think it could go both ways. As I'm hearing you, I wouldn't sign up for that. I wouldn't. No, hell no.
And I agree.
Where her man at, and why she not with her man at midnight in the house?
Yeah, and I actually called him on Tuesday, and I apologized because I was like, I hate that I probably even made you feel some type of way. But I had called him like on my way out. But I know what it seemed like. But I feel like, I mean, I should have just had a little slap on the wrist and said like, don't do it again.
So instead of him ending the relationship, maybe this is who you are, right? Maybe this is like, you seem very comfortable. You seem like there was nothing wrong with it. You seem like if he did it, you told me it wouldn't bother you. So, you know, how long did you guys date for?
Like 2 months.
Oh, you were in a relationship for 2 months?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it wasn't bad. But before that, it was that previous relationship. So I hadn't been in an actual relationship for like 3 years.
Okay, so for either way, that relationship's over. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Like a month ago.
Was your ex-boyfriend?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
3 flaws I have to work on: being more sensitive about someone's feelings, / perspective, not being so impulsive, and knowing when to sit down.
Knowing when to sit down. Okay. And why would a man be lucky to be with you, Sarah?
A man would be lucky to be with me because I am such a sweetheart and I truly give, I give love, I cook, I clean, I fuck, I suck. I'm just kidding.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, child, you not quoting Young Miami.
Huh? She said that?
I think she said that. Maybe she didn't say that. No, she said she shut ups and okay, but someone said that. I've heard that, those 3 things before.
Yeah, well, I joke around. I always say that, but no, I'm a really good woman, and I learn that person from the inside out. And if you say like, oh my god, I was craving like this type of cheesecake or whatever, I will remember it, and then you'll have it at your doorstep within, or I'll make it for you within like the next week or so.
Okay. Let me cater to you, baby. This is your day. You're that girl.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm such a giver.
All right, let's do it. So we got Sarah, Arkansas. Should the man be in Arkansas?
No,
No.
he doesn't have to be.
Okay. You're 23. You say you like to date older, 30 to 40.
Mhm.
She's a property manager. She also travels for her job. She has no kids, never married. Prefers you make at least 80K. She could start with 60K, but that is the bare minimum. Are you on the Kendra G Singles dating app?
No, I'm not.
All right.
E. Okay.
So SN.
This is the thing. There's I think a warning, right? She's not someone that understands boundaries well. Um, I think her youth shows a lot. She says that she's mature beyond her age, but I think her youth shows a lot when, let's say, with the whole not understanding boundaries, right? That shows you with youth, right? This is the thing. I mean, again, you could be young and understand boundaries, but that is her flaw, where she doesn't. She can't understand that, you know what? If I love my man, I shouldn't be doing something like this. That's the thing. So that is a red flag. To be honest, another one I believe is that whole. I think she tried to borderlines being strong, independent. I think that's a poison of a lot of women right now. A lot of women for a long time, I guess. Especially the younger one, where the strong, independent mindset. Yet, you know, you probably want a man that makes a certain amount to, pay for dates, provide, be, be the man of the relationship in a sense. So I think women like that who borderline on, trying to be strong and independent or want to be strong and independent, yet they crave men to, be traditional, men to be traditional themselves. I think is a red flag too, because it's like they want to have it all, right? And like, in my opinion, any woman that wants it all is a red flag, right? But again, I think that is a bit of a red flag. I think the biggest red flag is her not understanding boundaries, okay? Especially if for the men that she wants to date, I think she lacks respect for a lot of men. I honestly believe that. So it's nice that she likes to cook and clean and all the other stuff, but um, I don't know. I just don't think that uh, she's still young, but it might be hard for her in the future if she's all over the place, right? I always say just pick a path. You wanting to have it all makes it hard for you to really lock down the type of man you want, because then you don't know what you want in a sense. So I don't know. I think it's interesting. So what do you guys think? All right, guys. How you guys doing? Here's a video, right? Where what I was talking about, right? Women wanting it all. So it's a very short clip, but it just really explains a lot, or it's a good example, okay, of what I'm talking about. So yeah, so like I said, it's a very short clip. So let's check this clip out.
Put a finger down if you accidentally girl bossed way too hard, ended up with 3 college degrees, and you are a licensed attorney, but now your only aspiration in life is to be a stay-at-home mom. Put a finger.
Ain't that something, right? This is the thing where women don't understand consequences to their actions. Women don't understand, right, actually putting thought into it. Here's the thing where I think that women can never. This is the thing about accountability too, where women can't understand that. Oh, you know, I made these choices, and these are the consequences of my choices. Right? So, well, let's go in deeper about it.
Down if you accidentally girl bossed way too hard, ended up with 3 college degrees, and you are a licensed attorney, but now
License, 3 college degrees and a licensed attorney. I don't. She didn't say her age, which I wish she did. She's cute, but she could be. I mean, that's very time consuming. Okay, so she most likely could be in her mid 30s, in my opinion. So wasted her youth, okay, on one, probably dating shitty men, but not focusing on relationships or building a future. 2, on just focus on building a career. This is the thing where women want it all. Women will say, you know what? I'll put men to the back burner. I'll put making a family to the back burner, to the future, and I'm going to focus on being a girl boss, right? 3 college degrees. What? Okay. And then being a licensed attorney. Okay, great. So she's probably making decent money. She's probably making decent money. Most likely, probably over 6 figures. Okay? But again, one, you waste your youth. You're older now. I mean, again, like I said, she's cute. But again, it doesn't change that you have wasted precious time. Okay? I've always said this. Women's time is precious because, again, you don't have much to waste. Especially in the window that, you think about your health, you want to have kids. You want to have kids. You want to hopefully vet a man, right? Vet a good partner. That takes time. Okay? And time that you should not waste. So she probably wasted her time. So she's older. Now her standards are most likely much higher. Because again, already one college degree woman, she has much higher standards than, than ones that don't, right? She always has, like, a guy has to be intelligent. He has to have a degree, all this stuff. She has 3 degrees, a licensed attorney, most likely making well over 6 figures. So her standards, and like I said, she's pretty cute. So her standards must be incredibly high. So the man that she wants is most likely the man that every other woman wants. Right? So now this is the thing where women, they have pretty much boxed themselves into a corner, into a small, restrictive dating pool. Okay? So now she's well over 6 figures, so her man has to be 6 figures or more, which, again, I think men that makes about 6 figures is about 17% of the population. So she's already, again, very accomplished in education, so she wants a man that's most likely very intelligent. Well, that's not going to be necessarily easy as well. Because again, men are not like have the highest degrees. I mean, so it's just another preference, another thing that chips the dating pool down. And she's cute, so most likely she wants a good-looking man, right? Top good-looking, like naturally attractive. No different. I mean, wouldn't be surprised if she wants a decently tall man over 6 foot. So again, women like this have made their dating pool so small. It's now, and especially now that they're in their 30s, Well, that small dating pool makes dating so much harder. Okay, and then you can't think. Do you have the time to invest into vetting, finding a good man? Okay, a good man that fits all your standards, all the preferences you have. That is very hard. That women never seem to realize. They focus, they plan, they put so much effort into getting their degrees, getting their career, making their money. Yet when it comes to men, they put it on the back burner. They put it on top, you know what, I'll figure it out later. And then later comes, now you're older. Now, it doesn't, finding a good man that fits your now higher standards, it's not going to take like a day, a week, a month. No, possibly could take years, right? Could take years because you got to first hopefully find them. And this is the thing, a lot of these women, they're not going up to men to look for them. They're waiting, a lot of times waiting for men to approach them. And then when the men that approach them, they eliminate them because most likely these men don't fit their standards. So that's not a that's a time wasting strategy. Okay, so that's the thing with a lot of women, and I just find it ridiculous.
Your only aspiration in life is to be a stay-at-home mom.
And that's the insanity too, right there. Your only aspiration of life is being a stay-at-home mom. So, what is 3 degrees worth? Debt. What is being a licensed attorney worth? Nothing. Because again, you can, and this is the insanity, even though most likely you make over 6 figures, you want to be a stay-at-home wife, stay-at-home mom. Your standards for men to be equal to you or above, yet you want to quit your job, which is what pretty much set your standards because of your job, right? It's women's careers, women's earnings set their standards, yet they want to leave it. Okay, they want to leave it, yet that's still their standard, right? Men that make that amount that like equal to them, it's still their standard, yet they want to leave it. Why is that still your standard when you don't even want to do it, right? When technically you won't make that much, you won't make that amount. That's why it's just ridiculous. Plus, okay, what's it worth? This is a thing where I've said this countless times before. Women's degrees, women's accomplishments, women's money, women's career means nothing. Nothing because, again, men don't benefit from it. Men rarely ever benefit from women's money, their accomplishments, their degrees. Rarely. Because, again, a lot of women, they don't desire to pay the bills, be very responsible and take up the responsibilities of, adult life. They want to give it up, right? They want to be stay-at-home wives, stay-at-home mothers, and not take up the adult responsibilities of the world, like paying bills. So that's why I said it don't matter, because again, women's nature is to give it up, right? Give up all their accomplishments, their money, all that shit, to be stay-at-home moms. That's why it don't matter. And this is ridiculous, right? This right here is a good example of what I've said before. Men don't force women. And in my opinion, they rarely ask women, oh, I want you to be a stay-at-home wife. I want you to be a stay-at-home mom. It's usually women wanting to be there because, again, women, and I have videos of it, women hate being forced, feeling like the shackles, okay, of being a responsible adult, right? Of dealing with the 9 to 5, dealing with the hustle and bustle of having to work to pay your bills, to having to work to survive. Women hate it. The stress of it, the tiredness of it, the aching of it. Women hate the 9 to 5, the corporate world, all this shit, right? Women hate it. They want to pick a man that can provide everything for them, take away all their responsibilities, and be stay-at-home wives and mothers. They choose it. Men are not forcing, especially men nowadays. They're not forcing it. They're not. I don't even think they're asking for it. Women are predominantly the ones asking for it. That's the insanity of it. That's why I just think it's ridiculous.
Put a finger down if you accidentally girl bossed way too hard, ended up with 3 college degrees, and you are a licensed attorney, but now your only aspiration in life is to be a stay-at-home mom.
And this is the thing, right? Even though you can see her face, right? I mean, probably it's acting, right? But this is the thing with a lot of women. And I've done videos on it where women who are girl boss, right? Career women, successful in their career, successful making money. They have used their youth, the years of their life trying to be successful. And now they're at an age where they can potentially have risk of, trying to create a family. They have, and they use like the what is it? Freezing their eggs and stuff like that. Women, this is the thing I've said. Women have to choose. They cannot have it all. It's rare. It's rare. I mean, I don't think it happens often, in my opinion, comparative to the bigger world at large. You can't have it all. You can't be a boss bitch, boss bitch, amazing career, and then have amazing husband, and then have your kids, and then still go to work, have a great balance of everything. It just doesn't happen like that. It's rare, in my opinion. You have to choose. You have to choose what's the most important to you, a family or your career. To have it all, that it's a pipe dream. For most people, for most women, it will be a pipe dream. Okay? And like I said, women will have a hard time with this. Okay? There's more and more, very little, more and more women are not getting married. They're waiting until later in the years. They're also not having families, waiting until later in the years. This right here is the future of a lot of women, where they have, boss bitch so hard. Now their standards are so much higher because again, they're so accomplished. Very few men can meet those standards. And now they want to have kids and family. You can't have it all. You just can't have it all. You have to pick and choose. Okay? And this is the thing with women where women like this, they don't listen. They don't listen. That's the problem. Here's the thing where I don't know if she's, like I said, I don't know if it's true or not, but you can see that, figuratively, they will be sad because again, you can't have it all. You can't be accomplished in your career, in your finances and stuff, and then want to be a stay-at-home wife, find a good husband, and have a good family. It is not easy. Not impossible, right? But it's not easy. So, and this is, like I said, these are the women that don't listen to nobody, think that they know it all, and then chose their own path in life. And then later on, regret their path in life. Because again, you chose to be a boss bitch. You chose to be a career woman. And now you are regretting your choices. There are consequences to your choices. Plain and simple. You have to live with it. You have to live with, it's now harder to find a man that meets your standards. And as time goes on, you're not doing yourself any favor reproductively. Okay? Because again, yeah, women can have kids in their 40s. Okay, no doubt. But it's not easy. It's not good for your body. It's not good for your body. It's not good for the baby. Okay? It's not good health-wise for either. And there's complications. So, yeah. What do you guys think? Okay. Okay, I saw this clip and I thought it was interesting, so let's get started. Let's check it out.
I'm just so freaking tired of men of this generation. Like, they suck so bad. I honestly just got told that I'm dishonest and I'm a cheater and I'm weird because I responded to a guy that keeps trying to hit me up on all my socials. And I told him, like, hey, no, you have to stay blocked. My boyfriend's the one that blocked you. All of a sudden, I'm a cheater. I'm dishonest. I'm disloyal. I don't know what loyalty is. And I'm like, you know how many guys wish they had a girl like me? I'm not married. I cook for you. There's girls that will never cook for a man in their life, especially even if they're married. They won't because their man is going to take care of them. And then on top of that, not only that, but I'm acting like you're the only person in the freaking world already. I'm telling people like what you said, but you have an issue with me responding in general. He thinks that I should not respond. I think that I can respond to whoever I want. I showed you the messages. You have my phone. You have my password. I honestly don't have to do that because, once again, we're in a relationship, but we're not committed. Because if we were that committed, you would have put that ring on that finger and I would be yours and down to earth for you, all about you, dodging niggas left and right. But if you're giving me the bare minimum and wanting and expecting me to give you this, it's not gonna happen. People are so weird, and they have the audacity to call me weird. You're weird. Like, you literally don't know how to identify when your girlfriend is feeling bad or not feeling good. And even when she tells you about her feelings, you think I'm complaining when I'm trying to get you to like love me and shit. But that's a problem. But you could say I'm a cheater, you could call me weird, you could say this, that, and the third because I told another guy that you blocked him and that he was gonna stay blocked. I am so fucking confused, bro. This shit is like, I'm stressing myself out for literal bullshit. Shit like this makes me not want a relationship, makes me want to be single, because it's just like, how are you like that? And then saying like I don't do anything. I don't know, bro. I'm just venting, y'all. Like, this shit is getting like, it's eating me up. Like, I can't even freaking work properly. I'm at work and I can't fucking work.
This is the thing, right? We'll break this down. This is the thing what I'm talking about, where women don't listen, and they are absolutely selfish. Okay, so let's break this down.
I'm just so freaking tired of men of this generation. Like, they suck so bad.
This is that's I hate that. Irks me. Okay, that irks me. Men of this generation, you're dating one man. Unless you're dating hundreds of thousands of men, you don't know men of this generation. This is the insanity of so many women. You don't know men of this generation. You're dating one man. One man. Okay? And even if your dating history, let's say you've dated 10, 20 men, great. That's a lot, but whatever. It don't mean that what you've dated is an example of men of this generation. No. It's an example of the type of men you're attracted to. So plain and simple. So that's the insanity of women, where they blanket statement all men or men of this generation. So a good chunk of men, when they date one man, that equals all men. It's absolutely insane.
I honestly just got told that I'm dishonest and I'm a cheater and I'm weird because I responded to a guy that keeps trying to hit me up on all my socials. And I told him, like, hey, no, you have to stay blocked. My boyfriend's the one that blocked you. All of a sudden, I'm a cheater. I'm dishonest.
You unblocked him. You unblocked the man so you can respond to him. And if he's blocked, maybe I'm too old, right? Because if you're blocked, you cannot see messages from this man. Okay? So that don't make sense to me. Right? If you're blocked, you can't see messages from this man. You can't see interactions from this man because they're blocked. But here's the insanity. You went out of your way to unblock this man and talk to him. This is the thing where I've said this before. Women don't understand men's boundaries. This man, her boyfriend, did a good thing by letting her go because, again, she had no respect for him. Because if you had respect for the man, you wouldn't entertain other men. You wouldn't talk to other men, especially men that are trying to holler at you, trying to get with you. You wouldn't entertain these men. You would kept them blocked, ignored them. This is the insanity with women, right? Because here's the thing where I find it really insane. Women get hit on dozens, hundreds, whatever, a lot of times in a day, in a whatever. They ignore practically every man. They literally ignore practically every man. And yet, women can't understand. You're choosing not to ignore certain men. That's the problem. Because because no duh, men will hit on women. Men will hit on her. She won't entertain all these men. And if any of these men. And yet when your boyfriend, when your man sees that you actually do entertain a man, it's because you're choosing to. You choose to entertain these men. Because men see it constantly. Men see women ignore so many men. View men as invisible. Don't even notice these men. Right? Because I bet you, even her, DMs galore. And yet not even noticing anyone. And yet, she chose to respond to one that her man blocked and she unblocked so she could talk to. That is, you cross the line of disrespect right there.
I'm disloyal. I don't know what loyalty is. And I'm like, you know how many guys wish they had a girl like me? I'm not married. I cook for you. There's girls.
I always think that's ridiculous, right? Women say, you know how many guys that wish, they had a girl like me? Women constantly say that. Great. Get with one of them. Because this is the thing with women. You choose the men that qualify for you. No duh. Dozens, hundreds of men would want to be with you. That don't make you special, right? You chose the man that beat all the rest of the other men. So really, he's the one who's special. You saw value in him. You wanted to be here. You see how this woman is emotional? She wants to be with this man. Okay? We'll talk more about that in a bit. She wants this man. She sees this man as someone she's attracted to, someone she wants. So who cares if a whole bunch of other men want you? You didn't want these other men. You didn't choose these other men. You chose, hypothetically, me. Okay? Hypothetically, she chose her boyfriend. That's what I'm trying to say. She chose her boyfriend. So really, it don't matter. Because again, it's not like you're going out with all these other men that want you.
That will never cook for a man in their life, especially even if they're married. They won't, because their man is going to take care of them. And then on top of that, not only that,
it's funny that she said, some of these women want to cook for them. Most women say that they cook. I mean, I do Kendra G reaction videos. Practically every one of them say they cook. And like, cooking is not it's not rocket science.
but I'm acting like you're the only person in the freaking world already. I'm telling people like what you said, but you have an issue with me responding in general. He thinks that I should not respond. I think that I can respond to whoever I want.
Great. You can. You can respond to whoever you want. He can not accept it. See, this is the thing. This is the amazingness of freedom. You can do whatever you want. So can he. So you can have your boundaries, your standards, your preferences, right? You can do whatever you want. Respond to whatever man you want. he can have his boundaries where he does not agree with you responding to any man, especially when he blocked that man, which she said he blocked him, which is funny because she should have been the one to block him. He blocked him. She unblocked him so she can respond to him. Yeah, you crossed his boundary, right? So no duh, he doesn't want to be with you because you had the audacity to cross his boundary. Because men's boundaries matters. This is the thing where I am such a proponent of. I support it to the nth metal, right? To the nth degree. Men need boundaries. We need boundaries. We cannot falter on our boundaries. That's when we lose any sense of ourselves. When we let women cross our boundaries and there's no consequences to crossing those boundaries. So here's a man that stayed on his principles, stayed on his beliefs, where you cross that boundary, this is the consequences. We're not together. Plain and simple.
Showed you the messages. You have my phone. You have my password. I honestly don't have to do that because, once again, we're in a relationship, but we're not committed. Because if we were that committed, you would have put that ring on that finger and I would be yours and down to earth for you, all about you, dodging niggas left and right.
That's the insanity of women, especially nowadays. They don't think being a girlfriend and boyfriend means anything. It's a sign of what you potentially could be. This is the thing where this man saw the red flags early on and say, I don't want to wipe this up because, again, this potentially could become a bigger red flag. Because if you can easily entertain certain men, how can I be not surprised if in the future I'm your husband and you can still entertain certain men? Right?
But if you're giving me the bare minimum and wanting and expecting me to give you this, it's not gonna happen. People are.
This is the absolute insanity with women who date certain men and say that they're giving them the bare minimum. Okay, then why do you care that he broke up with you? That he's not with you? If he gave you the bare minimum, why do you care? This is why I think it's a lie. Why do you love him? Why do you care so much? When you say he gives you the bare minimum. Okay? Why? That's why women's logic does not make sense. You're dating, you're with a man, you supposedly love this man, you're supposed to do so much for this man, he gives you the bare minimum. Why are you with him? Why do you care if he left you? Why do you care if he breaks up with you? You shouldn't. You should be happy since he gave you the bare minimum. And then you there's so many other men that want you. Okay? That's shit like that don't make sense. That logic does not make sense. When a man gives you the bare minimum and yet you're crying or you're sad or you don't want to break up, that don't make sense.
So weird, and they have the audacity to call me weird. You're weird. Like, you literally don't know how to identify when your girlfriend is feeling bad or not feeling good. And even when she tells you about her feelings, you think I'm complaining when I'm trying to get you to like love me and shit. But that
the hypocrisy in that, because you didn't understand his feelings. You were fine with crossing his boundaries, which essentially would hurt his feelings, affects his feelings. He made it known to you to not contact this man. Yet you had the entitlement, the audacity to unblock this man and contact him anyway. It don't matter what you said. So because you ignored your man's feelings, right? Supposedly you care that he should know your feelings. He should care about your feelings. Yet you care little to none about his feelings. The audacity to say this shit about he should know your feelings when you ignored his. That's what I'm saying. The selfishness. right? And this is the thing with women. They don't listen. They don't listen to nobody but themselves because they care about nobody but themselves. That's why this woman can have the audacity to unblock a man that her boyfriend blocked and text him. Don't matter what she texted him. She had the audacity, no care for her boyfriend's feelings, that she unblocked the man to text him.
That's a problem, but you could say I'm a cheater, you could call me weird, you could say this, that, and the third because I told another guy that you blocked him and that he was gonna stay blocked. I am so fucking confused, bro. This shit is...
You didn't need to say that. He would have stayed blocked without you saying that. That's the thing where women don't listen, right? They can't comprehend. You're just in your feelings. You're and which is whack right now because you hurt him, right? You crossed his boundaries. He would have stayed blocked without you telling him he was going to stay blocked. It's ridiculous.
like, I'm stressing myself out for literal bullshit. Shit like this makes me not want a relationship, makes me want to be single because it's just like, how are you like that? And then
That's the thing, right? I think a lot of women can't handle it. They will have to be single, have to be in situationships because they're essentially very selfish. They can't comprehend other people's emotion. In my opinion, women aren't truly emotionally intelligent. They're just one way. They're just emotional. They're not emotionally intelligent. They can't handle when men are truly being emotionally intelligent. They can't handle it because this man, he was being emotionally intelligent. He had boundaries. You crossed it. That honestly, you hurt his feelings. You hurt him. He couldn't deal with it. I mean, he didn't want to deal with it. So the logical thing was, the intelligent thing to do was, you know what? You crossed my boundary. Here's the consequences. Plain and simple. I'm not playing games. No games when you're out about with intelligence, right? So I think a lot of women can't handle it, especially with the increasing amount of men being more emotionally intelligent, men being more strict with their boundaries. Women can't handle it. So I think that's going to be more and more you'll see in this, where a lot of women are maybe better fit for situationships. Because again, she said we're not even married. Well, you're in a relationship. You're in a monogamous relationship. So
and saying like I don't do anything. I don't know, bro. I'm just venting, y'all. Like, this shit is getting like, it's eating me up. Like, I can't even freaking work properly. I'm at work and I can't fucking work.
And you know what? I think there's a cap where this man must have been a good man. In my opinion, he must have been a good man. He must have. I mean, if she's so unstable, right? Can't even work, shit like that. He must have been a good man. So because she said he was giving her the bare minimum, yet she's all emotional. She's all unstable. Can't even work and shit like that. See, those are the lies a lot of women want to talk about. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, so there's this clip that it's stitched with another creator. So please excuse that because I tried to look for the original, but she deleted it. We'll see. We're gonna see why she deleted it, but it's stitched with another creator, another TikToker, right? So I just want to show you it, but I really wish I could have had the original video. Just couldn't find it. So that's annoying. But yeah, let's check this clip out.
With this guy, but it was getting kind of late, so I texted him and I was like, hey, it's kind of late, like maybe we should just like rain check.
Okay, rain check, no big deal, right?
And he responded saying, okay, sounds good.
Sounds good, but I'm sure this is not the end of the story.
Excuse me?
And here it comes.
And I was like, what, LOL? And he's like, you proposed to reschedule, like it's a bit late for you, said I was like respecting your boundaries and like, yeah, we can meet up another time.
Wonderful. A guy is respecting her boundaries. But there's more.
And I was like, you think you're funny? You're supposed to respond saying, no, I need to see you. I'm outside. Your doorman's blocking the door. Like, what?
Oh, I get it now. There's games apparently to be played, and one seems upset that the guy is not playing along.
He was like, wait, why are you mad that I was just like listening and like respecting what you wanted? And I was like, exactly.
Exactly what? Respecting boundaries is apparently a bad thing now? I'm beginning to believe that some women are single-handedly trying to convince the entire male population that in fact they are better off single. Because if you want to play games, ladies, play by yourself.
Yesterday's was
I mean, she has a point, right? She's talking about the games. So, I'm going to talk about my thoughts. So let's break it down.
hang out with this guy, but it was getting kind of late, so I texted him and I was like, hey, it's kind of late, like maybe we should just like rain check.
Okay, rain check, no big deal, right?
And he responded saying, okay, sounds good.
Sounds good, but I'm sure this is not the end of the story.
Excuse me?
And here it comes.
And I was like, what, LOL? And he's like, you proposed to reschedule, like it's a bit late for you, said I was like respecting your boundaries and like, yeah, we can meet up another time.
Wonderful. A guy is respecting her boundaries. But there's more.
And I was like, you think you're funny? You're supposed to
This is the thing, right? This is no different than the whole thing when women say no means no. Because again, men aren't idiots. And men have seen these games that women play. And women play these games. And that's why this message, right? This message that women spew is toxic. I honestly believe they created these scenarios where honestly, no doesn't mean no. And you instill this ideology into certain men where they know that, oh, of course no doesn't mean no. Because women will play these games and say no, but they want you to keep going. They want you to be forceful, be aggressive. Okay? And shit like that ruins things for the women that say no does mean no. Because again, men cannot understand. Men don't know which type of woman you are. And then men will assume that, you know what? Maybe the majority of women, maybe a lot of women are like this. Because you hear, I have videos, I have seen videos too, of women saying, no doesn't mean no, because I want him to keep trying. I'm trying to make him, keep going, keep trying, keep talking to me, keep asking me, keep hounding. And like, I wanted the game. Like, I don't know, the prey and hunt, the hunting, shit like that, right? To keep going at it. That's the thing. These kind of toxic viewpoints will get to certain men. There's certain men, especially the players, the bad boys, right? The men that have been with a lot of women, it will instill into these men like, of course no doesn't mean always no. So I'm going to keep trying, keep hounding her down, right? Breaking down her walls, and I'll eventually will get her. Playing these games. This is the thing. And what I mean, yes, this woman is calling her out, but like rarely women don't call out this BS. They do say that, oh, the men that, okay, don't understand knows me no. They call men out for that shit. And yet they don't understand women are the ones who pretty much made that ideology that, you know what, they fudge, they very they blur the lines of that idea, right? Of no meaning no, right? Of respecting someone's boundaries. They blur that line.
Respond saying, no, I need to see you. I'm outside. Your doorman's blocking the door. Like, what?
That's what I'm saying. And women blur the line. They want toxic men. They want men to be forceful, to not take no for no for an answer. It's like I said, this is a thing where women can't see it, where men do. Men seen that women, oh, so this is how I should act? Imagine this, right? A man hears this stuff. So he should maybe date her or another woman where, maybe women want me to be aggressive. Maybe women don't want me to listen to her no's. They want me to fight for her, right? And women constantly have done that, where they do shit, say shit, because they want the man to fight for it, right? Even though they're playing these games. That's the problem. That's the problem. When you play these games, right, with men, men will always think that, okay, then it's always a game, right? It's always a game. It's always trying to, get a certain kind of reaction out of a man. A lot of times, men don't know which reaction you want. That's the problem. And then here's the shitty part where men will think, I want to get with this woman. I want, a relationship or maybe just sex or shit like that. But what do I have to do to get that? Because women give so many different kind of signals, right? Women give a signal that I want you to listen to my boundaries. And then I don't want you to listen to my boundaries. I want you to listen to no means no. I don't want you to listen to no means no. That's the thing where women don't understand, that you make things confusing. You make things hard. Where what is a man supposed to do? Right? For me, I've said this, like, I ain't playing these games. You say no, fine. It's a no. I don't even give a shit. Right? That you wanted me to fight for it. You wanted me to be aggressive. I am playing that game. So, but certain men will not hold that standard, will not have that as a standard. They will play that game. And a lot of times, I think it's not it's a game that can hurt women. But again, women have created that game.
Oh, I get it now. There's games apparently to be played, and one seems upset that the guy is not playing along.
He was like, wait, why are you mad that I was just like listening and like respecting what you wanted? And I was like, exactly.
Exactly what? Respecting
I don't care if things like that are a joke or not, but it's the insanity where women don't understand. You are creating certain kind of narratives. You are being toxic, and that's the ideology you're trying to spread. Toxicity. You don't understand the effects it can have, because again, it just reinforces a lot of men's ideals where, oh, you know what? I knew no doesn't mean no. I knew that women love me to be aggressive. Women love to not listen to their boundaries, not listen to their no's. And then they complain, men are creeps. The Me Too crap. I'm not saying that there are not shitty men out there, but I'm also saying that women contribute to those shit, right? Women contribute to those terrible actions by their own actions, i.e. shit like that. So I think that's the ridiculous of it. And I just wanted to point that out. Is like, women don't understand that they are essentially, a lot of times, the one who contributes to the toxicity or create the toxicity. Because again, women are not on board with each other. If they're spewing this crap out, this toxicity out, there will be certain men that listen to it, and it will just reinforce their dating ideology where, yeah, women love me to be aggressive. Women love for me to just keep on trying. So I think that's the ridiculous of it.
Boundaries is apparently a bad thing now. I'm beginning to believe that some women are single-handedly trying to convince the entire male population that in fact they are better off single. Because if you want to play games, ladies, play by yourself.
And I think that's very similar. I think honestly, it's more women who play games in relationships in the dating market, and they can't understand that there's consequences for you to constantly play these mind games. And I think women are actually good at mind games, and that's the problem, because they're so good at it, they're constantly playing it. So I don't know. What do you guys think? All right, let's do one more clip. All right, let's check this clip out.
No, I'm not gonna go date a broke guy because rich men are more likely to dog you out. Baby, you must not know enough broke men then, because they all do that. Like, multiple comments are like, this is why you should date broke men, or this is the problem with dating rich men. Like, there's just problems with dating men, period.
Yeah.
So pick and choose your battle. I'm gonna choose a battle to go for men. They don't even have to be like, oh, filthy rich. I want a man that's doing well for himself, that can take care of himself, because if he can't take care of himself, how is he gonna treat me or show me a good time if he's struggling himself? He needs to get that in order first. No, I'm not.
This is the ridiculous of women, where their logic seems so ridiculous. It's like, do you only see broke men, rich men? That's it. Sometimes it's just ridiculous, where you seem like you don't understand. There's other men. There's spectrums of other men. Okay, she does say that. I'm going to talk about that, but then it's like, that's what all you say about. There's just average men. There's men that's not in. There's not men that are on the spectrum, right? Either end of the spectrum, and then the whole blanket statements, constantly blanket statement, all men or most men. It's absolutely ridiculous, where you don't entertain most men. It's like, for women, even if you have sex with dozens, hundreds of men, it don't mean that you know what it's like to be in relationships with hundreds of men, right? Actual relationships with hundreds of men. And most women have never been in a relationship with hundreds of men. It's like, it's practically a handful of men that they are in a committed relationship. So really, you don't know what it's like to be with a good chunk of men. And yet, you put your ideals of that one man you date as, oh, it's all men, right? Because all men must be exactly like the one man that I chose to date. No, absolutely not. Because again, the one man you chose to date, you had ignored hundreds of other. So really, if he was the same, you would have chose so many men similar, but you don't. You ignored so many other. You chose one man. All right, let's break this down.
Gonna go date a broke guy because rich men are more likely to dog you out. Baby, you must not know.
I don't know what man tells you that you should date a broke man because rich men will more likely dog you out. No. I never, maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never heard any man, YouTube or not, social media or not, say that you should date a broke man because rich men are more likely to dog you out. I've never heard that. I mean, what I said is that at least what I say is that you should date a man not based on his finances. You should date a man based on his personality, based on his principles. Because then, if he has good morality, if he's a moral man, if he's a committed man, the likelihood of him dogging you out ain't that high, right? Ain't that likely, in my opinion. Because again, if he's truly a morally sound man, truly a man about, oh, I want to be monogamous, I want to be committed, why would he dog you out? Because then he was never that type of man to begin with then.
Enough broke men then, because they all do that. Like
And
multiple.
here's the thing with women, right? What do they call broke men, in their opinion? Is men that are good looking, men that are charming, men that are good with women. So these men that are good with women, maybe they're broke, but broke in the sense that they're not using their money to get women. They're using other abilities to get women, right? Or other features to get women. That's who women think about broke, right? This man must be good looking or charming or, you know, good with women to be able to dog you out, be able to cheat on you. Okay? That's still not most men. In my opinion, most men are awkward, are not that charming, not that funny, not that, not. Most women find most men unattractive, right? So most men aren't attractive to most women. So he's not having crazy amount of options, right? He's not swimming in pussy. So that's the thing where women seem to be very disassociated with, where what they think is broke. It's just a man that is not like spending a whole lot of money on them because they got them by just their looks or their charm. So that's who they think is broke, right? And that's not most men.
Comments are like, "This is why you should date broke men," or "This is the problem with dating rich men." Like,
I do not ever. I've never seen a comment saying that you should date broke men. It does not make sense. Because what idiotic man would say, "Oh, I think you should date a broke man"? What?
there's just problems with dating men, period.
Yeah.
So pick.
There's problem with dating the men that you date. This is the thing with women. There's problem with just dating, period. Why say there's problem with dating men, period? Because again, you don't date most men. Plain and simple. It's just ridiculous that dating men, it's no. You choose you're not dating. Women rarely date a spectrum variety of truly different types of men. Women are very selective in who they date. Okay? So they're not dating a great variety of men. So really their dating pool is not really reflective of the larger population. So that's ridiculous. It's not a problem with dating men in general. It's just the problem with dating the men that you choose to date.
And choose your battle. I'm gonna choose a battle to go for men. They don't even have to be like, oh, filthy rich. I
Far
want a
from
man that's doing well for himself, that can take care of himself, because if he can't take care of himself, how is he gonna treat me or show me a good time if he's struggling himself? He needs to get.
That's very weird, right? Because she's all over the place. A man that takes care of himself. Why does it have also a man that treats you, take cares of you? It's like a man that makes 40K can take care of himself. That doesn't mean that he can treat you. He's not struggling, right? A man that makes 50, 40, 60, he's not struggling. That don't mean that he can take care of you, right? So this is the thing with women. They don't understand. Especially to the level that women want, right? The dates that women want, the gifts that women want, the whatever that women want. Like, you still want a man that's doing beyond well for himself, right? Beyond well. Because I honestly believe a man that's making 40, 50, 60K a year is doing well for himself, in my opinion. Because that's the average men. That's most men. And most men are not, homeless and broken, you know, not like having problems out in the world like that. At least if you're on the average level, the medium level of finances, you're doing good. You're doing okay. But women like this, they fudge their ideology. I still think that she's thinking men that does well for themselves is still 100K man. That's the thing. Where women are very, they don't speak in detail. They don't actually speak in true baseline logic. Because again, women like this who thinks, oh, he's doing well for himself, he's taking care of himself, right? She still thinks a man making 100K, in my opinion. Because again, she adds on taking care of me, doing trips, doing whatever, dates, whatever. Well, a man that can do that without no problems, without no care, especially to the level that women want, he's making well over decent amount of money. So that's the insanity of a lot of women, and that's the selfish logic of women. Okay, because you're not understanding what men do say. Because in my opinion, I've said this before, it's not the fine. Want a man that takes care of himself. He's not begging you for money. He's not negative in his bank account. He's paying all his bills, taking care of all of his responsibilities. He's taking all of his responsibilities, not asking you or anyone to take care of his responsibilities. That's a man that's doing well for himself. Okay? Want that man, and that man has to be morally sound, stands on his principles, wants commitment, wants a relationship, wants a future, wants to be a good husband, father, partner. That is ideal in my opinion. That is what I would say in comment sections. What I would say to women. Want a good man. Want a stable man. Don't matter what his finances is, as long as he's responsible and taking care of himself. Plain and simple. So again, I've never heard or read anywhere of a man saying you should date broke men. Plain and simple. So I don't know about you, but what do you guys think? All right. I thought it was decent live. It was not as lively as other times, but it's cool, right? I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I hope you guys have fun reacting or just watching along with me while I react. So I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys have a good rest of the weekend. Again, like always, I'm very humble and thankful for all your support, for all the likes, the subscribing, the comments that you have on my other videos, watching my other videos. I am humbly thankful for all the support. So you guys are amazing. Hope you guys have a good rest of the weekend. But yeah, later guys.